Okay, so I have a familiar face who's sitting next to me. I hope you've been watching our episodes because you will recognize him as the genius who has not only done our website but is working on many online platforms, including our own web page. Facebook page.
Our Facebook page, right? We're working on that. We have some other ideas that will allow us to work together, do some crowdfunding. You guys will be able to participate in voting processes, you know, so we really have some, we're going to use blockchain technology for you guys that know anything about that. So we really just trying to, you know, take the group, take our whole experience to the next level and have a lot of participation in what we're doing. So
Kwesi. Yeah. I'm just introducing. You didn't say his name. Okay. This is Kwesi Boyd.
This is Mass Kwesi.
Mass Kwesi.
You know, is what I go by here. And of course, I've been living here a year and a half. You know, here in Africa, we have opportunity. We have opportunity to escape that. So you're seeing many of us that are leaving America and coming here because you know, nothing's going to happen for us. You know, our best chances for uprising was when we had the Black Panther Party back in the 60s. We had all of these nationalistic movements, and these brothers were studying. You know, not only did they have guns, they were like intellectuals. All right, that was in the 60s. Yes. All right. Since then, we seen the influx of, you know, cocaine and other, you know, chemical warfare into our communities. Cocaine and alcohol brought into our communities. Other psychological war tactics to divide and to break down our family structure, to expose us, to break us down and make us weak, make us susceptible to these vices that they're putting in the community to decimate our population and kill us. You know, the war on drugs, you know, 40 years, hundreds of billions of dollars spent, hundreds of millions of lives destroyed. You know, more than a third of people are incarcerated for non-violent offenses. Wow. You know, so the whole, you know, monetization of the oppression of a people is just a super maniacal plan that, you know, we have to escape from. We can't afford to give another generation over to this type of thinking, you know, to that type of way of life. So I'm just excited of being here and being able to speak with you guys, the ones who are looking to make the transition. You know, take what you got, you know, come over here and visit. When I first came over here to visit 3 years ago, you know, I came by myself. I was just like, you know, let me go over and see what's taking place in Africa. And when I touched down in Senegal and I looked around, the first thing I noticed is that there wasn't many cops. I'm like, where the police? I'm looking for the police, you know, and I didn't realize how on alert we are, you know, but, you know, we want to make sure we see where the police at so we go this way. You know, they over here, we're going to go this way. But there wasn't any police, and then when you saw police officers, they didn't have, you know, guns. So that's the first thing that stood out. Then the second thing was the infrastructure. And I was like, wow, they're 30, 40 years behind. I can really do a lot of things that I've seen other people already do, so I don't have to recreate the wheel. I can create a Subway franchise or a Pizza Hut or a Marriott or some type of big corporation. I can do that here.
Yeah. So I want to introduce our next guest, and he's our elder. And so I didn't bring him first because I think he has the most knowledge to share, and I think he also has the most experience out of all of us here. So I want him to really share his story and to introduce himself to the BlaXit family, and to share his story. We were talking for ages at the table and he was dropping some gems. So you know, I know, like, we all talk, but like we all pretty young, right? So yeah, but he's the one with the knowledge and the wisdom. So I've left the best till last. No disrespect, yeah. Right. But you know, experience. We got to respect experience, and we have to respect our elders. And so, brother, I would like you to introduce yourself to the BlaXit family.
My former name was, I'll put it this way, my slave name, given by the European master, was Eddie Lee Peterson Jr. My chosen name is Khalil Yusuf Ali. I realized that my coming to America through my ancestors was not by choice. It was by force. We came as slaves. And being brought to the Americas, it was never meant for Black Americans, so to speak, to be successful, to be entrepreneurs. We're probably 9th to 11th in economic power as a nation, but we don't control over 0.1% of the businesses in America. So I said something is wrong with this picture, you know. So it was never designed for us to be leaderships. We built America, but we don't own America. We own less than 0.1% of America. We knew we were slaves in America, but our African brothers, they were colonized on a different form of slavery and don't even understand that they're slaves even in their own homeland. Huh? The colonial master has set up a system of European mindset, which is actually a social engineering to control black folks, to oppress us, to suppress us, to repress us from the greatness that Almighty God has put within us by brainwashing, program indoctrination to their thinking, to their ideology, to their culture. We want to be more like them than being ourselves because we don't know who self is. And once we learn who self is, then we have to communicate, we have to empower other Africans. Because the boundaries between the different nations and the different tribalism has caused us to be divided. But we are one people. First and foremost, Africa should be for Africans like Europe is for Europeans. We should be self-empowered to control the resources of our own country. And in order to do that, we have to take the best minds of our African dissector, wherever they are in the world, and encourage them to come back with their knowledge, their expertise, their resources, and help to rebuild Africa to the glory that Africa was in the past. They're instituting laws now, which they call the New Jim Crow, a book that every African needs to read. They want to put us back into slavery through the judicial system, the laws, you know, and the social engineering is to use any means necessary to destroy African people. I encourage every black person on the planet to come back home to Africa and help in the reconstruction and the leadership, world leadership of the African continent.
Now I'd like you to give me a quick comparison. What's it like living here to what it was like living in the States? What's the difference mainly for you here?
In the Gambia, not only in the Gambia, I've been to Ethiopia, I've been to Kenya, I've been to Senegal, and what I'm seeing is the people have a free spirit, more so than in America. I've been to England, mostly going through Heathrow Airport, but I know that anywhere that black people are, except maybe in the continent of Africa, maybe in some other countries, maybe like they're changing now, South Africa, we feel oppressed, repressed, suppressed. But here in the Gambia, the people have a more free spirit here. The spirit, the human spirit can soar here in the Gambia, you know, because I don't see all of the boundaries and restriction other than the different tribalism, you know, which need to also is a barrier for uniting the hearts of the African people, you know. In Africa, I didn't see it, as they say, the police, even the police here in Africa. For the few countries I've been through, they don't carry weapons. Only the military carry weapons, you know. You know, in America, you couldn't walk the streets of America without a gun as a police. You know, but somebody would beat you down. You know,
or as a regular citizen.
As a regular citizen, yeah.
You gotta arm your children in the U.S. I mean, a lot of the children are already armed. Never be in a place where your enemy could surround you. And the problem with America, we was brought in a place where we were surrounded by our enemy that have no love for us, no desire for us to grow, and have a hatred for us for nothing. We didn't do nothing to these people. They kidnapped us and they don't like us because that fits their model, their business model. And we're the commodity. We're the commodity in many ways. And we need to, you know, right now just wake up. Just wake up and start.
I mean, I agree in part, but I'm gonna say this here because I learned from a lot of old civil rights. Say, white people don't look at it as commodity. We are the annihilation of their people. That's why they don't want us with their women. Because if we have,
what do you mean?
Well, let's put it like this here: if a black man marries a white woman and has a black baby, what happens to the white man? He starts to gradually procreate himself out of existence. That's a fear for them.
Is that what you think?
Oh, no. I mean, it's what they, you don't understand.
Is that what they think?
That's what they think.
Okay.
Look at it. Emmett Till was slaughtered. 15-year-old boy down in the South. They beat him, castrated him, set him on fire, and then said that, and then the woman comes back later and recants her story. Said that she lied. But that doesn't give him back his life.
No.
See, they have a fear with us and their women. They have a fear of that. I don't know why.
That's the same as Rosewood, because Rosewood started in exactly the same way.
Exactly.
It was a woman who made a white woman who made an allegation.
It's their thing about us. They consider us animals, and nothing defiles a woman more to them than one of us having them.
Do you know what? I'm going to actually exchange places with Adrian, because my brother's going to come in and have a talk with the brothers, because my brother here's got something to say. So I'm going to do a quick swap and then I'll jump back in at the end, because I think the brothers need to have a chat. Yeah? This is brother talk. Yeah? Okay. Brother talk.
Called Dr. Claude Anderson.
Claude Anderson.
Dr. Claude Anderson. He has said that racism is not an issue with the wealthy people of the European race. Our skin, our melanin, all of this, nothing. The racism is an institution that keeps the economic growth and development of a people down, oppressed, repressed, and suppressed. So the bombing of Black Wall Street in Oklahoma was not something that happened randomly or by accident. The sheriff and the city council and the white, they envied the progress of Black Wall Street. We had trade and commerce with other countries, China, South America, and they envied this. They got some crop duster airplane, and they flew over the city of Oklahoma City and dropped bombs and destroyed all the economic base of Black Wall Street. This is racism. This is an institution. Now it is formed into a political structure, a judicial structure, and now they have intentions.
Educational.
And the whole system.
The whole system.
Is the whole social system of the very fiber of Western society is to destroy people of color.
Greetings. I just jump into the conversation now. Listening to the brother's experience is nothing that I've ever experienced in the Caribbean, you know. I grew up in a small island, Montserrat, in the Caribbean, and we don't have nothing like this. Everyone peaceful, we all live together as family. But yes, it's good to hear these experiences, and one thing I could say to you, you'll be safe in Africa. You don't need to be constantly having guns around you. You don't need to worry about your life around you. You'll be safe here. But to touch on the subject, remember, White people been breaking us down for hundreds of years. This is nothing new to them. They constantly do it, they know us. They study us, they know what we react to, they know, it's just like they could read us like a book. So now we have to change our game plan. And it's good now that we are uniting from the UK, Caribbean and America. So now we will share all our experiences. We'll be able to work together, you know, to work together and progress Africa in the way we want it to be progressed. Because America and England was not designed for the black man. Yes, they use us to design it, but they use us to design it for the white man dream, not for the black man. There's no place for us in the West. And we got to come to that realization. And you can make it here in Africa. You know, you could come to Africa and have the same quality of life that you think you're having in America. It's here. This is the same continent that feed America, feed Europe, and feed everywhere. And they're still coming here to rape and pillage and taking. That's all they do, they take. You know? I mean, they can't do nothing for us. We're the one that doing for them all the time. They cannot survive without us. So until we realize that, until we come back and, as kings and queens of Africa, take our continent back, close our borders to them, then we will have growth. And one thing I want to say, we need a strong unity between Africa and the Caribbean. So we have to go to Europe to get to Africa from the Caribbean. We need to cut that out. We need to come directly from the Caribbean straight to Africa, trade between the Caribbean and Africa, and this we sort of put the West in problem as well. You know? We're here. We taught them everything they know. Everything they use to survive is our skills. You know? So that's what they do, they rape us. So, but their plan is to keep us down, so they could always look like they're up. You know, and that's a plan of the white man. You know, oppress everything, kill everything. You go back in the white man history, and there's never a time when they were ever peaceful. They're always a person of war.
That goes to a thing that I grew up learning. His name is H. Rap Brown. Most people know him. They're familiar with him. He said, man, if you look at the history of the European in the world, they've gone from barbarism to decadence, and never have they been civil. Never. So for people to believe that you can make peace with your enemy, when they don't know anything about peace, you got to be crazy. That's why black people in America stay armed. We're not, people say, well, you know, we shouldn't have guns, but we live in a violent country. The European has never shown us anything but violence. They've never given us anything, nothing but they feet to kiss or be a slave. Either you're going to fight or you're going to die. Being subservient is no longer an option. Being passive is no longer an option. They killed Martin Luther King and he was about as passive as you get. So we can't be passive. We don't stand a chance being passive. Listen, if you don't fight for what, no man on this planet, no country ever has gained freedom or peace without fighting. It has never been done. Gandhi, they killed him too. So there ain't no peace for the Europeans like that. So to believe that we're going to gain peace, once we start to build an economic power, watch the war comes next. They'll put embargoes, they'll try to take over, they'll send their people, they'll condition people to come over and take over, and then they'll try to build the enmity between us so we'll fight amongst each other. It'll be a war. It's going to be war, and we have to be prepared. We can't never be prepared. We can't never get the illusion in our brain. That's how we wound up in slavery in the first place. Thinking that this white man was just going to take a few people and leave us alone. He came back with more white people, and they took more people. And then they came back with more white people, and they took, until millions of us were in lands we didn't even know. Because we put trust in what they said, because the word has always meant something to us, and it means nothing to them.
But you can see it plain now. Even our rich black people, the rich sports guys, they all have most of them, I should say, have white financial advisors. I mean, white managers, white accountants. I mean, that's why I do respect the brother Floyd Mayweather. People may say things bad about him, but he have a lot of black people on his team.
And his people.
He have his people. You know? I respect that.
You just made a point. The whole system of slavery. England, Portuguese, Spanish, all of these French, Belgium. All this was about finance, economics. Huh? It was all about economics. Even to this day, black people as a whole, we have to empower ourselves. I've studied the judicial system, and even this book, The New Jim Crow, by Michelle Alexander, she explicitly explained the top echelon is economics. You got to have finance. You got to have wealth. You got to have wealth. Okay, when you got wealth, then the political system. You have a voice. You can control. You can have somebody represented to lobby for your interests. Then the judicial system. Money talks in the courts. You got to have money to even have a representative to talk for you in the courts. So we are blind to the system that's controlling us, controlling our lives. Yeah? So we have to first and foremost establish an economic base. Then a political base. Then judicial base. Because if we don't, they're going to continue do, re, mi, sol, la, ti, do. The same old story over and over and over again.
You know, in concluding, that's one of the things that we're doing through the BlaXit movement. You know, you guys that are coming over, we set the website up so you can go there, you can fill out the membership form, show your level of interest here. We're going to connect the dots. Where possible, we're going to buy the businesses that we'll be, you know, using and really taking control of our dollar, because that's what it is at the end of the day. No matter how much money you have, you know, they said a fool and his money will soon part. So we have to create the systems that we can keep the money within our community. This brother's selling clothes, this one's doing cars, this one, and we have to support that here in Africa.
Yeah, I think we're going to wrap it up now, you know. But just one message from our brothers and sisters in the West. They're only giving you the illusion of inclusion. Yeah? You're not included in their system. You're not included in their society. So come home. Come home to Africa. Yeah? Come home.
Okay, I'm going to jump in, guys. Hey, now you can sit down. I'll jump on you. Go on. All right. So everybody, BlaXit family, first off, I would like to extend my heartfelt thank you for just being a part of the BlaXit family, for sharing your wisdom, your knowledge, and your experience. And I'm going to ask you just to do a vote. America or Africa? Oh no, Gambia or America? Gambia. Go on, Age.
Gambia.
Okay, so you know what to do. Africa. So there's the vote. So listen, fam. Listen, we couldn't be here at all without your help, your donations, and your donations mean so much to us. It enables us to get equipment, enables us to get from location to location. It enables us to organize the get-togethers and to meet with other BlaXit family that's here. And in fact, I'm going to show you some others that are here too. So keep watching. But what I'd like to say is thank you all so much, BlaXit family, for subscribing. And also, go on, Caffrey, say smash that like button. Okay. He's saying smash that like button. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Everybody, smash that like button. Comment down below. Yeah, and get in contact. Please go onto the website. That's www.bla-xit.com. So that's blaxit.com. Go onto the website and please fill out the forms, give us some feedback, and get involved in the BlaXit family. This is all about us and it's all about you. So, together we come together, we make change, and we come on home. Thank you, and we love you.
Goodbye.
BlaXit family, I'm here at Solomon's in Khalil for the usual BlaXit link up that we do on a Sunday. Yeah? And look who I've bumped into.
Hello. Back again.
Abdul, Angie and Bev are here once again. I just want to have a quick catch up with you. How are you getting on since the last time I saw you? How's it getting on with everything?
Yes, great, thank you.
Yeah? We had a lot of questions about the whole process.
Yeah.
So I've come up with an idea.
Okay.
Yeah? The idea is that I want to see if we can use your expertise to help others. So I want to try and put something on the website.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so that people can communicate with you and get your expertise and advice. Obviously, I'm not expecting you to give your time for free. So, you know, to do consultations and to help other people who want to get out of their council homes. So if you didn't see the last episode that Bev was in, we were talking about the fact that she actually swapped her council house, a council home, I should say. What was it? Flat house?
Flat.
It was a flat.
Yeah.
2-bedroom flat. Where was it?
Wandsworth Council in Battersea in southwest London.
Battersea Council in
Wandsworth Council.
Wandsworth Council, in Battersea, and she swapped a 2-bedroom council flat for a house here in the Gambia. And I've actually seen the house. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's beautiful, and I love it. And the location is perfect.
It is.
So you know, just want to say, wow, you've done such a grand job. But you can also do what Bev has done. She might be a trailblazer, and she might be the first person to have done it, but it doesn't mean that you can't follow suit. And if you need help and advice and guidance, I'm going to make sure that you can contact Beverly through the BlaXit website. That's www.bla-xit.com. And also here's Ange and Abdul. How you all getting on?
Oh, fantastic.
Yes?
Yeah, we're good. Great.
Giving so much thanks. I'm still amazed that I'm still here. I feel like I'm on holiday. I've been on holiday for
6 months now.
6 months. And I still am, just full joy in it. And feeling overwhelmed at the love, the love of the country, of our people. The love. You can't. There's no measure of it. There's no measure of it. So it's so hard for me to find words.
Yeah, I know. I know how you feel. I just interrupted. I know. Last night I had a dream. I had a dream that I interviewed the president of the Gambia, His Excellency, Right Honourable Adama Barrow, and then Adrian woke me up. I was so vexed. I was so vexed. So Abdul, because you were quite vocal before, I would like to know if I did get an interview with the president of the Gambia, His Excellency, Right Honourable Adama Barrow, what question would you want me to ask him?
The one thing is that they've been trying to do in the Constitution where they're giving every single returnee a citizenship. That is one thing that I'd like him to do, to be able to do for all returnees that come back here. Because at the end of the day, there's no reason why somebody should be called an alien when really they're just ancestors coming back home. Because to me, it does not make sense doing that at all. Or the fact that you come here and you're treated as an alien, you have to have alien papers. You're aliens? We're not aliens.
But we're not treated as aliens. It's just that we have a piece of paper that say we're aliens.
It's a title.
We're actually, you know, treated as Gambians, to be honest with you.
We definitely are.
But on the piece that we're definitely treated as Gambians, but it's this piece of paper, isn't it? And it bugs you, doesn't it?
Yes,
because it bugs me too.
describes you as less than what you are.
So I think what we should do is I looked at a model. I was sent an email by a subscriber, I won't say her name because I don't have permission, that described the Israeli, the way in which they did it when they were establishing the state of Israel. And I'm not saying it's right or it's wrong, I'm just telling you what she sent me. And it showed me that within 3 months you could actually apply for citizenship. So, you know, whilst being there. And also when I did the interview with Essa File recently, he really gave a really good blueprint as to how it could happen. So I think there's scope there. But I mean, I just wanted to catch up with you, see that you're doing okay, and just say, you know, let's keep in touch. Come on to the BlaXit, subscribe us, the link up, and you know, you can share your guidance with others,
And also the links that I use to go through the whole process.
Well, exactly, but you need to do that on a one-to-one with them, where it's your time and it's done in a consultation manner. So consultations are on, consultations are on. I'm going to add that to the list when you join the membership, and I'll add that to the list of interested subjects so that we can start from tomorrow.
Great.
Yeah? On? Yeah! BlaXit family. Ready? Let's say hello to the BlaXit family. You loving Gambia?
What? Loving it is an understatement.
Gambia loves us.
Gambia loves us.
Gambia loves us. We love Gambia.
Yeah, we love Gambia. All right, BlaXit family. Goodbye, and we love you. Bye, BlaXit family.
BlaXit family.
And remember to smash
Punch that like button.